Hello everyone, this is Terry. Welcome to my YouTube channel Amethystastrotarot. Today is 19th of April 2025, Saturday, and I will be talking about what would be going on in the Taurus season. Why Taurus season? Because today at 8:56 in the evening, UK time, Sun will be moving into the sign of Taurus, and I would like to look which events will be happening in the season and the detailed information of each event. I mean, even I cannot make about each event some detailed video. I will try to give a general information about them now, and also I would also give a bit of information about the chart when the sun will be moving into the sign of Taurus. So, I mean, let me share the I think now we can I take it down. As we can see, I mean, the Taurus season is quite it's not busy. I mean, like compared to the Aries season, there were sign changes, retrograde periods, and also there was the eclipse, and then also Neptune moving into Aries, etc. It was really like a full-on start of the astrological year, and also the start of the spring in terms of with the spring equinox, etc. But when we look at the Taurus season, we can see that we will have our usual new moon and full moon. New moon would be in Taurus and full moon in Scorpio. And Venus will be restarting this journey in Aries because, as you may remember, the planet of relationships, love, values, art, aesthetics, harmony, balance, and sometimes we can see on the less positive side jealousy and vengeance also in terms of Venus. But in general, that it has this more positive things about. I mean, like at the end of the day, it's relationships. I mean, anything can be happen, or like our values, anything can be considered about that. And it after it had made its entry into the sign of Aries, there was the retrograde period, so it revisited the Pisces, and then now it will be back in Aries again. So whichever life area the Aries is corresponding in our natal charts, we can see this Venus in Aries impact, but I will be probably talking about it later when the time approaches. It would be on the April 30, and also when we consider the new moon in Taurus, before I come to Pluto station in retrograde, new moon in Taurus, also we can think about the new stars, but in Taurus way. I mean, Taurus is a fixed sign and then earth sign, so we can think about all this consistency, and also sometimes, I mean, like maybe being a bit insistent about keeping the things the way that they are, but there is also, of course, there is this also kind of ritualistic and grounding impact, and it's like not rushing things, not hurrying things. I mean, compared to Aries, is like there could be like that energy, and then assertiveness and etc. Let's start things. The Taurus is like is more about keeping the things steady and on a grounded base. So this could be wherever the Taurus would be in our natal charts in this degree, that area of life, we may start new things, but I will be also talking about that more in detail later. And when we come to May 4th, Pluto, uh, which is at the moment in Aquarius and will be there for a long time, as we know, around 20 years or so, maybe a bit less than that now, is the real entry. I mean, the first entry happened in 2023. Like it's like as if it happened just now, but I'm thinking that yeah, no, it didn't happen now, Terry. Anyway, so it's like that would be a retrograde period, and it would be a long time. Generally, the Pluto stations take around, I mean, quite a lot of time, and it may go up to 140 days, but I have to check that. In any case, when the time comes, I will also look at it and what might mean that Pluto during the retrograde period in Aquarius, how what kind of an impact it may make in certain areas of our lives. And Mercury, after all that retrograde period, etc., back and forth, like Venus in Aries and Pisces, will be going into Taurus. So, I mean, like when it was in Aries, while these thoughts, in a way, racing, no, it's like, oh, which one exactly, like this, etc. That all this race now with the Mercury going into Taurus, probably we may have this less rush, more thinking, maybe slowly, making sure that I mean we get our steps, and we also the way that we talk. I think the way that we communicate, it could be talking, writing, etc. It would be it's like less hurry, less rush, but more trying to make sure that the things settle down in another area of our lives. And then we will have the full moon in Scorpio, where there would be a kind of divine opposition between the sun in Taurus and the moon in Scorpio. And I would be also discussing about that when the time comes on May 12th. And in the end, May 20th, the sun will be starting its journey in Gemini, and we will come to an end with the sun in Taurus, or Taurus season for 2025. And when we are thinking about um, eh, as I said, the chart when the sun enters in the Taurus, I think that nice thing about this would be, I wouldn't go into much into details of all the aspects and everything, but the thing is that the sun in Taurus and then the moon would be in Capricorn, and that would give that will start bringing back that grounding practical energy that we had been missing, especially during the Aries season, quite a lot. So it's like in a way, as I was all the time telling, that maybe we should make a more effort to compensate that missing earth energy, but now the earth is coming on its own, so it's a good sign, and also it will help us to get this balance between this practicality and also active energy, and the communication, the way that we thought, and also emotional balance. I mean, that I think would add an extra layer. And I mean, it's important, like when we are doing things, of course, we run, we think, and then we feel, but there should be that part that we feel that our feet are on the ground. We step well on the ground, that nothing moves out of our feet without our will. So in that sense, I think the additional earth energy will be nice. And also, I mean, as Mars has just entered into Leo, I think we will have, with the Sun in Taurus, we will have more fixed energy, which again, as I mentioned before, it's important for this um, uh, consistency. I mean, like that when you start things or you get into new energy, etc., but you cannot run all the time. You have to come to a point that we will need to, I mean, like settle, and we have to see what we have in hand and try to keep things as they are. I mean, some of the things is not without being, of course, stubborn or like getting attached to things um, because of, I mean, materially, but still, I mean, we need to find a way to settle things down. And in that sense, I think the fixed energy coming through the uh, uh, Mars and Sun would be again nice in this period, and it will, in a way, balance the add an additional factor to all this, either mutable, like adapt, change when it is necessary, or cardinal, like okay, go, take the lead, start things, be initiative, this new project, that new project, but you need something that will balance that change or start at the end of the day, which will come through the Sun in Taurus and Mars in Leo in that sense, which would be again could be a nice energy. Of course, I mean, looking, I'm not putting the chart because in different time zones we may have different ascendant and also mid heavens, etc. But the reality is that I'm seeing that the season will start with the sun squaring both a bit of conflicting energy, right? With the Leo and Mars in Leo and Pluto in Aquarius, which had been before in opposition, and now they are, I think, in the third round. So that's like the in a way, it's like that polarity between this creative energy and confident thing, and then also, I mean, but it's more about ourselves, no, our authenticity. Like we are fighting for our authentic selves with the maybe Mars in Leo, but Pluto in Aquarius can be all this transformation, change, and it's necessary putting some obstacles or taboos down for the benefit of the society. So I think it's more like that. I mean the thing between us and the society, and that kind of also polarity. But I think we can always as I always say, also in the full moons, in the opposite energies, I think we can always find the middle way, how we can add something from ourselves for the benefit of the society, and how the society can contribute to our creative energy at the same time. So I think that is, and here I think the sun would be a very important factor. Um, in the sense that that would be the actually the what I call in the chariot, the charioteer that has to bring this Mars and Pluto energy together so that everyone could go in the same way. So it's a of course it's an inertia because it's like there is this Mars and Pluto, they are saying my way, your way, how do we come in the middle? And then the sun in Taurus, it's like with all that, you know, um, steady energy is like saying that, okay, we can come together, but maybe sometimes I need to push or I need to pull. But at the end of the day, with all that uh, sometimes conflict, sometimes dilemma, there could be a more powerful thing coming out of this starting energy at the beginning of the uh, season. I think that's one of the most important uh, aspects in the that we would be seeing in the Ingress chart for the Taurus season. As I said, I won't go into the other details. I just wanted to mention this fixed T-square. While I'm hoping that this season would bring some a chance of, I think, a bit relaxing. And until the Pluto also goes retrograde, we would be free of retrograde planets, so everything would be in the going in the right direction, and at least the planets can have their own expressions in that sense, and we can benefit that part, and also the steadiness, and then this um, much um, consistent energy that's coming with the sun in Taurus. You can actually enjoy, I think, the last days of April and the most of, I think, May until the 20th of May, until the sun goes into Gemini. And I would be continuing my series of one decan, one card, one chart. As you may remember, in Aries season, I started with that as the part of the decan walk. And hopefully I will be making a video about the Barbara Streisand for the first decan of Taurus that we will be having the first 10 degrees of the sign of Taurus, where the related card, the associated minor arcana card, is the Five of Pentacles. And with all those details, I will be back also with a decan video. So I wish all the people with the sun in Taurus a wonderful year ahead, a happy and healthy birthday. And if you're a Taurus sun, or if you have any beloved one that has a sun in Taurus, you can always gift yourself or give those people one astrological reading. I will be happy to do that. So you can always contact me for professional astrological readings or tarot readings from the links in my profile. I wish all the best. Bye bye.